West. It's a 6-7 matchup. The Golden State starting five that they've had in all Wolves trying to do it in back-to-back years. Here we go. On Corbin, our three officials tonight. Trey Maddox, the alternate. Kane Fitzgerald and Brian Forte in the replay center in Secaucus. There goes Draymond Green. That is part of the storyline here, and he gets the first bucket of the second round. Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert, an infamous history. You've got the Jimmy Butler saga. Jimmy Butler returning to Minnesota, where he played here, 66 games here, took him to a playoff, but then burned a bridge. One of the first bridges that he burned is Mike Conley misses, and there is Gobert. And Stan in Game 5 against the Lakers. Gobert went for 27 points and 24 rebounds.
Well, and already we see offensive rebounding being key.
It was the Minnesota Timberwolves who recognized the wrong shorts right away, and it is a delay of game. Next delay of game of the Warriors will be a technical, so that is to clean up the Buddy Hield shorts saga. Oh, what an incredible finish. Tyrese Halliburton, a game-winning three-pointer off a missed free throw, and the Indiana Pacers beat the Cavs on the Cavs home floor for the second straight game, and the road teams have won all four.
Jaden McDaniels, one of the longest and best perimeter defenders in this league, has the assignment tonight.
Anthony Edwards fires one across to Conley. And now Randall. Randall had an excellent series as the Warrior, the Olympian, fires it across. And on the take, nothing there. Daniels, second chance. Edwards looking for room. Edwards comes up short. Brandon Podziemski was right with him.
Rudy Gobert, second time already. He's gotten the Wolves a second opportunity. He was very key, especially in Game 7 of that Lakers series, and ended a 13-year playoff drought for the Wolves. You think there'd be at least a little appreciation.
That was in 2018, but then he demanded a trade as Julius Randle gets a little fade away.
Well, that's what Jimmy always does. Eventually, he's going to demand a trade from Golden State, too.
He is the bridge burner, and this was maybe the first bridge that he burned. He was traded from Minnesota to Philadelphia the following season. That was a November trade during the 18-19 season. And Butler, coach, has not played here in Minnesota at Target Center in 4 years. It's been since 2021 as Edwards misses badly, and Podziemski with a rebound. And now we're starting to see how much rust is involved with this long layoff for the Timberwolves.
Well, and Edwards went 0 for 11 from 3 in Game 5 of the Lakers series, so he's now missed at least.
Timberwolves were 7 for 47. They missed 43 pointers in their Game 5 win, the knockout win against the Lakers. Rudy Gobert did a lot of damage in that game with the mismatch. Podziemski left open, and Podziemski.
Impressive that you can win on the road in an NBA playoff game against the team that has LeBron James and Luka Doncic when you're 7 for 47 from 3.
Gobert gets inside. The run right now, 11-4 Golden State.
Well, just look out on the floor. You can see the size difference, not just with Gobert, really the team overall. Minnesota, a much longer team than Golden State.
Here's Draymond Green, and it out it goes. Podziemski took a shot by Rick, and it's a three-point Warriors lead.
That's already 3 offensive rebounds from Minnesota. We're the best offensive rebounding team in the first round of the playoffs, and the Warriors struggled to keep Houston off the glass, and now struggling early to keep Minnesota off the glass.
Wolves, #1 offensive rebounding team in the league this year. Great perimeter defense. There's McDaniels. Anthony Edwards is down, grabbing at his right ankle. Gobert comes in, gets it, and puts it back.
14 points, Brian, in the first 4 games of the Lakers series, and had 27 points and 24 rebounds in Game 5. Has 6 points and 5 rebounds already tonight.
Good find by Curry in series, and then in the closeout games were historically good.
Absolutely, and we've seen that a lot. in NBA history. We've got a foul at the other end of the floor.
He Santos, his first minutes on the floor, picked up that foul. Naz Reid running with Dante DiVincenzo. Minnesota has an outstanding bench. And DiVincenzo, nice
Him to see that one go. Played well in the first round, but did not shoot well. 30% from the floor and 19% from three in the first round against the Lakers.
See Gary Payton the second on the floor. He missed game 7 in Houston with an illness. Oh, Curry over the head, and Payton can't cash it in. McDaniels up high for the rebound. Minnesota's got the lead. DiVincenzo, the former Warrior, kicks it to the corner. Here's McDaniels, great ball movement, and McDaniels cannot finish it.
Well, Minnesota, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the league, but they struggled in the first round against the Lakers at only 32%, and they start this game at 0 for 6.
Here's Curry, short, and Edwards secures. McDaniels, Moses Moody on him, and now over Draymond. McDaniels hits. Went for 30 in game 3, went for 25 in the opener of game 1. Wolves on a 10-0 run here.
To overcome it and get a road win. So this isn't just a one-man team.
Kevon Looney enters the mix here in the first quarter. Saw him play in game 7. Shot clock at 2. Moses Moody, no good. And DiVincenzo pokes it free. That hit the... No, it's going to be a foul. I beg your pardon.
8 guys. Nickeil Alexander-Walker will get here, if not late in this quarter, in the second round, and that'll be it for the T-Wolves rotation.
Wow, Payton able to swipe that rebound away from Gobert. Sets up Curry for 3.
My body ready than it did when I was 23, but we all end up in the same arena knowing how to prepare ourselves for a game. It's a talking point, but not really relevant to us. And guys, he also added that playing every other day has actually helped them to stay in a rhythm in the playoffs. The bottom line, the Warriors aren't using age or mileage as an excuse here for game 1.
Well, they've been through it before, and you're right. This is their 9th playoff game, the Warriors. 6 consecutive with just 1 day in between, as Naz Reid able to get the friendly roll. And I'll ask you, Coach, so if the Warriors keep on this run here, if they get to a game 5, it'll be 10 straight games of every other day for Golden State. Is Stephen Curry accurate when he's saying it's a good part of the rhythm for them, or do you feel like there's going to be...
So I think they're comfortable in it. Like a pitcher, Brian, you know, as a baseball guy, they're used to throwing every 5th day. When you throw in the 6th day or the 7th day, an extra day, not all guys like the extra time off.
Here's Randall on a feed from DiVincenzo, sprays it back out. Alexander Walker with a miss. I think really the more interesting aspect of this to watch is the rust on the Wolves after 5 days off. Anthony Edwards has started 0 for 4 in his first 10 minutes. He has not scored. Does have a couple of rebounds. Steve Kerr is using a bunch of different combinations in this first quarter as well. As Moody almost traveled, puts up.
Team, they're going to get some kind of inside the Houston series, but over the course of time, can we get more?
Speaking of them being a big team, they're long on the defensive side. How do you continue to penetrate, move the ball inside, kick it out for 3?
Yeah, the way to counter pressure is with your own pressure, and just be aggressive. Obviously, they know a bunch of our stuff is for Steph and Jimmy, obviously. And so they're
Green with the box out, able to secure the rebound to Butler. We have not had a free throw in this game.
We have not, and Minnesota now 0 for 9 from 3. The Warriors plus 15 points from the three-point line. The T-Wolves plus...
Incredible games in the second round already, 4 of them.
They look like 2 and 3 seeds to me. I mean, both these teams struggled early. The Wolves were only 32 and 29, and then Randall came back, and they really started to play well. The Warriors were under 500 before the Jimmy Butler trade. They finished strong down the stretch. These are 2 of the best teams in the...
Curry for 3, no good. Butler, offensive rebound. He's got 2 here in the last 2 trips down the floor.
Wow, that's now 11 offensive rebounds combined.
Turnover, bad pass, Draymond Green. Randall and Butler running the floor with the steal. Little sauce on Randall's pass, and it's a Minnesota turnover. Butler drives it on DiVincenzo. They were great on the road. They won 9 of their last 11 road games.
Scoring part of this, two of the best defensive teams in the league. Once Butler came 31 games on the defensive end, and in March and April, the Timberwolves 7th defensively in the league, and the Warriors in the zone, Minnesota throws over the top, but Gobert can't convert.
Long drought without scoring for the Wolves. It continues here. Curry and Draymond, dynamic duo, and that's Naz Reid blowing that up. Naz Reid has a couple of excellent defensive moments here early. And Alexander Walker, another missed three-pointer. Quentin Post secures the rebound.
So coming off 7 for 47, Minnesota 0 for 10.
Ouch.
From 3 to start this game, a team that was 4th in the NBA in three-point percentage.
Curry dancing with Alexander Walker. Got it. Stephen Curry has...
Not in disbelief, because he's seen it for a long, long time.
Remember, Curry only had 3 first-half points in Game 7 Sunday. DiVincenzo, another miss, 0 for 11. Minnesota has missed their last 9 field goal attempts.
The Warriors playing a lot of zone right here. One of the things we talked about in the last series, not just the Warriors who played it well, but just zone defense a lot more prevalent in the NBA now. As
he's asking for relief from that bench. I'm not sure what it was, but he came out of there hobbled. High off the window, no good. 10 in a row missed by Minnesota.
This Warrior defense has been good.
Curry's not right. Draymond Green fires up a three-pointer, hits another one. Lauren Jabara is back there. When she gets an answer, we'll get it to you. That's tough, though. That did not look good.
Not at all. And the hamstring, as you know, can become a very bad injury.
But Draymond Green going Steph Curry out here, knocking down yet another three-pointer.
Well, this reminds me of when Magic Johnson had to fill in for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and played center. Draymond Green said, okay, no Steph Curry, I'll be Steph Curry.
Warriors off and running here as Buddy Hield missed it. Naz Reid has really done a nice job defensively. He's disrupted a number of plays. No points, 6.5 minutes and counting. And Naz Reid finally scores for Minnesota.
They're shooting 32% and are 0 for 11 from 3 and have not gone to the free throw line and have 5 turnovers.
That was Minnesota's first basket of the second quarter. Butler finds Green, the hot hand, and he stays hot. Oh, Draymond Green. After another, he's 4 for 5 from beyond the arc.
It's being guarded by Rudy Gobert. So Rudy's a rim protector. Draymond not a great three-point shooter normally, so they're willing to give him some shots, and right now it's not working in their favor.
0 for 12 for Minnesota beyond the arc. Disaster window of time here for the Wolves. Warriors lead it by 14. Jimmy Butler has Gobert. Looking for Draymond Green. Butler gets inside. Gobert got a piece of that. That's why it went to double trip.
To their zone, which Steve Kerr wanted to use a lot unless Anthony Edwards and DiVincenzo were in the game together. Anthony Edwards now 0 for 7, 0 for 3. And Minnesota 0 for 13 from 3.
Halfway through the second quarter, Podziemski rises up. The lefty missed it. And Gobert secures the rebound. Rudy Gobert picks up his 6th rebound. He's got 6 points. Randall fouled. He's an all-star with the Knicks. Last couple.
He's not leaving his guys out there for long stints right now. Late in that series.
Career high is 8. Had a monster game against the Portland Trailblazers 9 years ago, back in 2016. Warriors with the ball. Stephen Curry still back in the locker room. And that's poked away from behind. Turnover. Here come the Wolves. Edwards turned away. DiVincenzo run off the three-point line. DiVincenzo drives, hangs, and missed it. Gobert had it.
Who rarely turns the ball over. 29 assists and 3 turnovers in the first round. But against Anthony Edwards' defense, he gets a steal.
Minnesota has 1 made field goal in the second quarter. 7 minutes into it. Randall, a flurry of moves, comes up short, and
Steve Kerr's also used Pat Spencer this year. Certainly used Trace Jackson Davis a lot. This guy uses his entire roster every year.
Every NBA team has a stay-ready group, and Steve Kerr really means it. You stay ready, better be ready.
Well, that's just it. Everybody has a stay-ready group, but most of the guys are staying ready for no reason because they're actually not going to play.
Gobert got the block.
Game.
Laura, thank you for that. That is tough news for the Warriors and their fans. Stephen Curry, a hamstring injury. We showed you the plays where he first indicated to us that it was injured. Turnover, Minnesota. Kuminga with a head of steam.
People always think of the Warriors because of Steph Curry as an offensive team, but in the Steve Kerr era, they have been great defensively, and we said since Jimmy Butler came to them, they've been the best defensive team in the league. And then second, remember, they do have Jimmy Butler, who's been a primary scorer in most places that he's been.
Another turnover, and DiVincenzo looking up top. They reset it. Edwards driving on Buddy Hield. Edwards, no. And Looney with the rebound. Edwards was sure he was fouled. Here goes Looney to the basket. Looney lays it in.
Well, Anthony Edwards staying down with the Warriors that basket.
And Naz Reid turns it over.
From the 1st of March on, after Julius Randle came back. And just tonight, with all that time off maybe, just have lost their rhythm.
5 on the floor for Minnesota. Chris Finch searching for answers. DiVincenzo running the point right now. Randall gets inside.
And on the injury update, guys, I'm still waiting on an update on Naz Reid. We'll keep you posted if I hear anything.
Naz Reid, thank you, Lauren, was on the floor, working out during the halftime break, trying to get himself right. Once again, we'll see if he returns as Gary Payton II knocks down the three-pointer. He's the one who gets to start for Curry. 31 points allowed in the first half. Franchise history, that is the #1 mark in the playoffs for the Golden State Warriors. The Minnesota Timberwolves scored 11 points in the...
Incredible. I mean, and look, and yet, especially with Steph Curry in the locker room the rest of the night, you got to feel good that you got a chance if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Well, the major question coming into this game 1, rest versus rust, and I think both have had an effect. Stephen Curry obviously playing all these games and all these minutes and all this travel, and the hamstring couldn't survive this game 1. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves just can't buy a basket. They do not look.
Then you got to take credit for him shooting under 25% in the first round.
Jimmy Butler on a great feed from Drew.
Yeah, that's really not what Tom Izzo's known for. He's known for a lot of great coaching, but not that.
Green knocked down 4 threes in that first half. See if Minnesota can get their feet under him right now. Randall dropping the shoulder. McDaniels finds Mike Conley, and Conley in and out. That was halfway down. And the drought continues. 16 consecutive misses for a good chunk of that 7-game series in the opening round. That's going to be a...
And Jimmy Butler plays Rudy Gobert.
This has been a mess for the Minnesota Timberwolves. After an impressive series win over the Lakers, as McDaniels will turn around off the glass. McDaniels has had a few moments. He's been the lone bright spot. He's got 8 points. He's made half his shots.
And he averaged 17 in that Lakers series.
Buddy Hield rattles in and out. Edwards with the rebound.
Oh, and that's Edwards' 7th rebound of the night. 8th rebound of the night, I'm sorry. So he is finding ways to do other things.
Conley finds Randall. Randall gets to the paint. Randall, the lefty, missed it. And it is Podziemski with the rebound. Draymond Green, the hub of the wheel, finds Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield delivers a 3.
Anthony Edwards not the only guy struggling to get the ball in the basket tonight.
Anthony Edwards, now 0 for 9, now 0 for 10. He's getting to the rim like he normally does. He can't finish it. Hield in transition. Back-to-back for the basketball. 11 second quarter points. They have just 4 in this third quarter, and they're still sitting on 35 points as we play in the third quarter. Naz Reid back on the floor. Naz Reid able to deliver.
Well, they're up to 6% now from three.
The lid is off after 16 consecutive missed threes. Buddy Hield back to work. Eddie. That's Spencer for a headbutt. And Buddy questions. And Hield delivers three-point plays either from beyond the arc or the old school three-point play there. 9 in a row for Hield. Anthony Edwards drives and scores. Man, did that take a while. Edwards, his first field goal after 10 consecutive misses.
28 minutes into the game to get his first bucket.
Buddy Hield once again. Buddy Hield missed it. DiVincenzo the rebound. Spencer puts it away from behind. Podziemski hits the floor.
They're letting him shoot it right now.
That's a great call. They're 1 for 17 out there. Normally you would want to run the Wolves. The reason it's such an anomaly tonight.
Round series against the Lakers, they only shot 32%.
Late clock here, down to 5. Podziemski missed it. Edwards with a rebound. Saw Chris Finch's hair right there. His hair is kind of symbolic of how this game has gone. It's all over the place for the Wolves. That is going to
get it going and have a huge second half, and quite honestly, the Wolves need it.
58-43. Minnesota trying to fight their way back in here. The Warriors without Stephen Curry the rest of the game. Out with a hamstring strain. Jonathan Kuminga getting some run here tonight. Played over 7 minutes in game 7, and Kuminga.
He doesn't even have to leave his feet when you draw the.
He hardly found the floor late in. Was out of the rotation. He played in 3 games. Actually got a start in the first round. The game after Jimmy Butler was injured and did not play. That was game 3. Second chance here for Minnesota.
Golden State now switching everything 1 through 5.
McDaniel's not
been for this Timberwolves team.
This game is long from over. Buddy Hield drives high off the glass. Hield having a big third quarter.
Wow. One hand, left hand finish. Not what Buddy Hield is known for the Warriors, not against this Minnesota defense.
There goes Naz Reid to the basket. Nice move. Reid puts it in. Warriors lead is 15. Reid with 11 now. 5 in the quarter. Looney and Moody, the 2 subs for the Warriors. Spencer working with Butler. Spencer. And, hook shot. Missed it.
I don't know.
Spencer with the offensive rebound.
To get it, but I don't know if Spencer going at Jaden McDaniels is the matchup you're looking for.
Butler with Edwards on him. Butler rises up short. Excellent defense by Edwards.
I know they're up 15, but I think they're going to need more on the offensive end from Jimmy Butler.
And here comes Edwards. Minnesota down 13, starting to get a little mojo now. This crowd getting into it. Kuminga backs down Edwards, swipe down. Here's Butler. Butler secures it.
And Butler's the guy that's got to get going with Steph Curry out.
Daniels gets into the paint. Puts that one in at 6'9", just shoots it right over the defenders. Now the offense starting to flow a little bit for the Wolves. Buddy Hield is coming right back on the floor as well.
Well, not a lot of shot creation out there.
Oh, look at Spencer.
To me, like every time Spencer plays, Brian, he plays well.
He's not accustomed to being in a playoff game when it's this tight, as DiVincenzo missed it. But the Warriors need him tonight. Another offensive rebound sets up a second chance for Minnesota. Looney out on Edwards. He gets a step. Edwards drives and scores. And they're coming easy at the basket for Anthony Edwards now. 9 in this third quarter after just 1 made free throw in the first. Warriors with the ball.
4 minutes seems like an explosion for Minnesota tonight.
Well, remember, they only scored 11 in a 12-minute second quarter. Payton out to Butler. Butler with DiVincenzo on him. Butler, oh my goodness, he fires it. Reid lost the handle, turned it over. Spencer pushes it. Butler finds Buddy Hield. Hield kicks it out to Payton. Everybody getting a touch here. Now Hield resets and hits a three.
Golden State's energy and quickness is just a lot higher than Minnesota's.
Edwards guarded by Payton. And fires 1-2.
In addition to the turnovers, Minnesota.
Edwards runs it down, gets a steal. Alexander Walker. DiVincenzo, Randall around the horn. It goes. Naz Reid, no. Minnesota. And Mike Conley comes on, gets a steal. First possession of the fourth. Naz Reid with those 4 fouls. Rings one true.
But it starts with defense. And this is what the Timberwolves have to do. That's how you overcome tough shooting nights. You do it with their defense, and they haven't defended well tonight. Great play there, though, by Mike Conley.
Fourth quarter was winning time for the Wolves against the Lakers. They were plus 42 in the fourth quarter in that first series.
For the Wolves, especially with Steph Curry sitting in that locker room.
20-point leads can evaporate in a hurry. Conley finds DiVincenzo, quick release, that's an air ball. And Draymond Green able to get it to Pajemski. Jimmy Butler finds Green, Butler and Green will have to be the tandem here. Kuminga stays on the floor to start this fourth quarter. And Butler, Kuminga set up for three. Jonathan Kuminga rattles one in.
Great pass down the stretch. He's going to have to get the ball in his hands and make plays.
They clear it out for him, and DiVincenzo.
Credit, winning is more important than anything else.
I loved everything he said prior to the game, Game 7 Sunday, and after the game. Draymond Green, clock ticks to 4. Kuminga in traffic, blocked by Naz Reid. McDaniels finds Reid. Reid drives it, and Reid, that little runner is good.
For the Timberwolves on the night.
Butler again guarded by DiVincenzo. Oh, Butler had a look, I thought. Passed it up. Pajemski for three. No good. Gobert clears it away.
You're right. Jimmy Butler's got to shoot that in there. Great to be a playmaker, but right now, the Warriors need scoring. When Jimmy Butler can get a good look, he's got to take advantage.
Naz Reid hits a three. Starters of these playoff games. 5 against the Lakers. And the first one here tonight. Warriors coming out of the timeout. Buddy Hield driving on Gobert. Conley hits the ground. That leaves Butler open. That line drive misses. Gobert fetches the best in his prime. But he's found his way in a Warriors playoff game here as Gobert gets it deep and dunks it on Butler.
Butler's been on him for most of the night.
Minnesota chipping away. They're down 13. Here's Jimmy Butler driving on Gobert and a foul.
I like it for the Golden State Warriors.
With a hamstring strain. Lead is 15 for Golden State. There goes Edwards. Gets by Spencer. Edwards is fouled to score. Just 2 in Philadelphia.
Late in the year when neither team was putting out great lineups.
It was a much different story in the first half tonight. He could not buy a basket.
There's still a long way to go. 12-point lead with 8 minutes, and you've got what should be the best player on the floor in Anthony Edwards.
Draymond Green finds Hield. Gobert lurking inside. Good ball movement. Draymond Green misses a three, and there's Gobert with a rebound. Here come the Wolves. 10-2 run. Trying to add to it. Conley with the left hand. No. And Gobert going to be... Edwards. Shake and bake. Edwards drives. Edwards lays it in. Shifty, explosive. And Anthony Edwards.
To the rim.
15 points for Anthony Edwards. 14 of those in the second half. As Butler drives, again looking to kick. Wolves right with the Warriors. Hook shot again. Spencer got it back. Sets up Jimmy Butler. Well, that looked bad out of his hand, but he had to get rid of it. Another chance here for Golden State as Draymond Green sprays it. A Amazing how much ground the Wolves have covered this trip down the floor. And Green misses, and Edwards secures the rebound. And you want to talk about a defensive stand. Clip that one off forever. Hield tried to stay with Edwards. Corner three, no good. Gobert! And he's turns for Minnesota. Edwards being grabbed by Payton. Edwards gets free, missed it this time. And Buddy Hield secures it. That was Podziemski who had the tip. Podziemski is a great rebounding guard. Jimmy Butler missed it. And Looney on Gobert. Looney comes away with the offensive rebound. 11 to shoot. Buddy Hield, no good.
And now it's the Warriors who can't buy a basket.
Ball's loose. Looney runs it down. What eternity on this end of the floor. Back-to-back possessions. Podziemski, no good. And Looney. Gobert. Road teams winning each of those games. Nothing but road wins thus far as Gobert.
The Warriors are 1 for 11 in the quarter. They've made 2 free throws. The one bucket they made was a 3, so they've got 5 points in 6 minutes.
Minnesota 6 for 11. Buddy Hield pours in a 3-1. McDaniels, no good. Looney the rebound.
I like having Looney in this game. A rim protector, not a shot blocker, but a rim protector. Will get his body in front, will use verticality.
Hield gives it up. Butler, and Butler pins 14. Wolves with the ball as we approach the 5-minute mark of this fourth quarter. Anthony Edwards has come alive in this second half with 14 points. Edwards drives again, gets stuck. That was Hield with
the best defensive year of his career.
Looney just holds his ground. Gobert runs right into him and lost the handle. Looney's been a difference maker here. He's calmed the waters for the Warriors.
Well, you talk about a stay-ready guy. Kevon Looney has played every role for the Warriors.
Looney finds Butler. Shot clock down to 2. Butler's got to go. Butler rises up and missed it. Looney with the rebound. Might have got away with a push.
He did get away with a push, but this is what Kevon Looney does. He gets you extra possessions.
Ton of
6 rebounds in 13 minutes already.
19 remaining in regulation here. Minnesota got on a little bit of a run, but the Warriors have quieted it down. Looney's been a big part of it. Podziemski with 3 to shoot. Nas reads on him. Podziemski puts it up quickly. Missed Everett.
Stands in the corner the entire possession.
Wolves desperate for a basket right now. They're over 3.5 minutes without one. Down 14. Under 4 minutes to go. Road teams have prevailed in all of these second-round games. Randall is fouled. Wolves just, we wondered about the rust of...
Though that's not their only problem. Like, we saw them overcome 7 for 47 from 3 to win a road game in LA, but tonight they've given up 16 offensive rebounds. They've turned it over 16 times.
Jimmy Butler drives. This is Butler time, but he's denied. Randall goes the back of the wall. Here's Edwards now with Payton on him. Edwards gets a step, lays it in. All of it coming is a 9-point game. Minnesota at 1 point down 23 are within single digits. Draymond Green back on the floor with 5 fouls. Jimmy Butler follows Green, kicks it. Payton, big 3 on its way. And Gary Payton, the second. A monster 3 in the corner for Golden State.
Jimmy Butler's 7th assist of the night. Ball's got to be in his hands every possession. He's either got to score it or make plays.
DiVincenzo finds Edwards. Edwards for 3. Cash!
In LA, and he goes 45 minutes tonight without making a 3.
Big 3. 11 in the corner for Edwards. Warriors lead is 9. Here's Buddy Hield. Catch and shoot. The stroke is pure.
Team 3 of the night for Golden State. When you outscore a team by 39 from the three-point line, you got a good chance to win. That's my expert analysis. That's what they pay me for.
Bad miss by Edwards. And
Violation.
Podziemski does get it in. And Draymond Green secures it. Green playing with those 5 fouls. We are headed to the 2-minute mark in regulation. The Warriors trying to hold off this Wolves team, and Butler's going to draw at the free throw line in crunch time. And what a
good decision.
Edwards going to 2 minutes, finds Naz Reid. Naz Reid almost lost it out of bounds. Reid driving to the basket now, and Reid missed it. Payton, and now it's going to be a second chance with McDaniels, no good. And there is Podziemski. The Warriors secure the board. Minute and a half to go. Golden State ball, and they are starting to head for the exits here at Target Center. Ball control for Jimmy Butler. Warriors leading by 13. Butler no good. Wolves got to go quickly. Edwards drives, lays it in. Anthony Edwards after 1 point in the first half, 20 in the second half.
Vincenzo, I think, tried to foul Podziemski 3 times.
Didn't get the call, did he? Now we're under a minute to go. And Draymond Green content to dribble it out. Shot clock at 3. Jimmy Butler to Green. Green fires. That was blocked. And with the Wolves, after help taking the Wolves, was contentious of the Butler exits.
Oh, I don't know. This one was pretty contentious. Yeah. He blew up an entire practice up here.
He took out all the reserves, and
it's always come down to money. It's always been a business thing with Jimmy Butler, not getting paid what he thinks he deserves to get paid.
Butler puts that one back. This is going to be a Golden State victory in Game 1 of this second-round series. The first time these two franchises have ever met in a playoff series.
And a great win. When Steph Curry only plays 13 minutes and you're able to get a win on the road against the team who's been playing as well as Minnesota, again, they do it with defense. They held Houston under 9.
The road teams here. First time in NBA history, all 4.